Is Remy Ma fighting for her life right now? Did Claressa Shields really send her straight to the emergency room after a vicious, cupcake-fueled clash that left fans and security guards screaming for help? Because, baby, this wasn't just a cat fight. This was a full-on demolition derby in lace fronts and designer heels. Y'all, what was supposed to be a peaceful night, just a bougie little event with canapes and custom cocktails, turned into an all-out war zone. Blood? Check. Wigs? Snatched. Glass? Shattered. And Remy Ma? Wheeled out on a stretcher, allegedly whispering, "Tell Papoose I tried." But how did we even get here? How does one go from celebrity beef to potential criminal charges and a hospital stay in less than 10 minutes flat? What really happened between Remy Ma and Claressa Shields behind those velvet ropes? And what did the cameras catch before everything went dark? Oh, don't worry. We've got the leaked footage, the anonymous security report, and the club manager's sobbing voicemail. And trust us, none of them are okay. Strap in, because this isn't just drama. This is the downfall of a Bronx legend, and possibly the rise of boxing's pettiest queenpin. Let's break it all down. It all started with what was supposed to be a glamorous night celebrating Black excellence, Black royalty, and Black pettiness. Claressa Shields, undefeated boxing champion and the queen of throwing shade in and out the ring, had just hosted a lavish after-party following her latest knockout victory. The room was packed with influencers, rappers, athletes, and enough ego to light Times Square twice. But the one guest no one expected to show up, and absolutely no one invited, was Remy Ma. Yup. Reminisce. I won't hesitate to swing. Mackie waltzed into that party like she was the guest of honor, not the ex-wife of the current queen's fiancé. And from the moment she stepped in, the vibe was off. Like, record scratch, all eyes on her. Drinks stopped pouring off. Let's back it up real quick for the people in the back who missed the last 10 episodes of this messy reality show. Papoose, Remy Ma's longtime partner in rhyme and crime, had allegedly moved on from Remy after her rumored affair with 50 Cent exploded all over social media. And who was the rebound? None other than Claressa Shields, a woman who is literally paid to knock people out for a living. Now look, we thought the beef was simmering down. Claressa had been quiet for weeks. Remy had been suspiciously missing from the spotlight, only popping up in blurry paparazzi shots looking tired, tense, and tiptoeing around Whole Foods in oversized sunglasses. But this night changed everything. According to multiple partygoers, who have since sold their stories to the highest bidding blogs, Remy arrived in a body-hugging dress that screamed, "I'm still that girl," and a diamond necklace shaped like a boxing glove. Subtle? Absolutely not. She was begging for a moment. And Claressa? Oh, she noticed. Witnesses say Claressa was posted up in VIP, sipping champagne, and giving that kind of smirk that says, "Try it if you want to." And Remy? She walked straight up to the velvet rope and dared security to stop her. Now here's where it gets juicy. Because there were no words exchanged. Nope. Claressa simply stood up, removed her earrings. Yes, sis came prepared. And according to one anonymous bartender, it looked like the weigh-in before a title fight. I swear I heard ring bells. One moment they were standing face to face. The next, glass shattered, a table flipped, and DJ Clue reportedly cut the music and ran off stage with his laptop. Remy allegedly threw the first drink. A lychee martini, to be specific. But she clearly underestimated Claressa's reflexes, because the champ dodged it Matrix style and came back with a right hook that sent Remy stumbling into a fruit display. Yes, there was a fruit display. And yes, it exploded everywhere. At this point, the security team tried to intervene. But let's be honest, ain't nobody holding back a professional fighter with a grudge. Claressa allegedly grabbed a cupcake tower, don't ask why it was there, and launched it across the room like she was aiming for a championship belt made of frosting. One red velvet landed directly on Remy's designer weave. The crowd gasped. Phones went up. Somebody yelled, "World star," and another yelled, "Not the lace front." And that's when all hell broke loose. Remy, covered in buttercream and pride, lunged forward, heels in hand, screaming something about, "You stole my man and my moment." Meanwhile, Claressa, unbothered and still undefeated, blocked every swing like she was doing a training montage in a Rocky movie. Now, depending on who you ask, this brawl lasted anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 full minutes. Either way, when it ended, Remy was on the ground, clutching her ribs and allegedly whispering to her assistant, "Call Papoose. Tell him I'm bleeding internally." But where was Papoose during all of this? Oh, honey. He was watching from a corner booth. Sources say he stood frozen, confused, shook, and slightly turned on. According to one anonymous attendee, he had a plate of sliders in his hand, and he never put it down. Just stood there watching his ex and his current go at it like WrestleMania 39. Eventually, medics arrived. The club was evacuated, and Claressa was escorted out with 0 visible scratches and a smirk that said, "Don't try me again." Remy, meanwhile, was wheeled out on a stretcher, covered in glitter, shame, and what one bystander claimed was a rogue strawberry from the fruit display. But y'all, that's just the start. Because what happened inside the club was bad enough, but the aftermath. The leaked surveillance footage, the secret audio recordings, the staff testimonies? Oh baby, it's messier than a love and hip-hop reunion on fire. And trust, when we tell you Claressa didn't just throw hands, she may have thrown away her entire sponsorship deal. Let's get into the receipts. Because the backlash, the lawsuits, the broken NDAs, they're just getting started. So let's talk aftermath, because the footage didn't stay in the vault for long. Within 24 hours, not 1, not 2, but 4 different angles of the club brawl hit the internet faster than Claressa's jab. Somebody's cousin who works security leaked it to a gossip blog, which then leaked it to a fan page, which then got reposted by Cardi B's nail tech. By the time TMZ tried to slap a watermark on it, it had already gone full-blown viral on TikTok with the caption, "Remy Ma just lost a fight and custody of Papoose in under 60 seconds. The internet? In shambles. Twitter? Melting. Instagram Live? Full of theories. But that wasn't even the wildest part. Let's break this down investigator style because y'all, the amount of mess coming out of this scandal is enough to fuel a 3-part docuseries and a line of courtroom-themed merch. First off, the leaked security report from the venue is chaotic. Dated 3:42 a.m., the document clearly lists physical altercation involving 2 high-profile guests, multiple injuries, including a bartender with a black eye from a flying mimosa, and a note. Yes, a handwritten note that literally reads, one female guest declared, "I'm Remy Ma, I don't lose fights," before slipping on frosting and falling into a DJ booth. Iconic? Yes. Tragic? Also yes. Now get this. An anonymous EMT from the scene has reportedly come forward on Reddit. Yes, Reddit of all places, and claims that Remy was screaming in full Bronx dialect, refusing help unless someone called Papoose directly. She kept yelling, "Where's my husband? I need my husband." But the other EMT whispered to me like, "Girl, he's with the other woman who just body slammed you." The audacity, the delusion, the drama. But let's not forget, Claressa Shields is not just anybody. She's an Olympic gold medalist, a world champion, and as of last year, the face of a high-profile beauty brand that shall remain nameless, but rhymes with T. Fendi. And according to multiple alleged insiders from that brand, Rihanna's team was not amused by the cupcake beatdown. One anonymous exec reportedly emailed Claressa's agent with a subject line, "We support strength, not street fights. Consider this your final round." Phew. Not the corporate clapback. But it doesn't stop there. Rumors are now swirling that Remy Ma is threatening legal action. Yes, ma'am. She might be pressing charges for assault, battery, and emotional distress caused by public humiliation. One source close to Remy's team claims she's talking lawsuits, restraining orders, and might even try to get Claressa banned from future fight promotions until this is resolved. She's calling it a hate-fueled ambush disguised as a party. Girl, you crashed her event, but the public? Oh, they've already picked sides. And let's just say, Remy is not winning in the court of public opinion. Twitter has crowned Claressa Queen of Clapback Hill, with memes flying in faster than punches. One viral post reads, Remy Ma pulled up like a diss track and left like a voicemail. Another? Claressa didn't lose a single eyelash. Meanwhile, Remy got dropped like her last album. Brutal. Even celebrities are chiming in. Snoop Dogg posted a laughing emoji with the caption, Remy should have brought a helmet. 50 Cent reposted a clip of the altercation with no caption, just the theme music from Rocky, because of course he did. And Papoose? Oh, he finally broke his silence, with the most Papoose thing ever. He dropped a cryptic Instagram post showing a chessboard with the caption, Queens move in silence. But sometimes the king gotta watch the war. Sir, what does that even mean? Are you okay? Blink twice if you're being held hostage by Claressa's PR team. Meanwhile, Claressa's fans are throwing a full-blown victory parade online. They've even created a fake perfume ad titled Unbothered by Remy, featuring a photoshopped Claressa standing over a knocked-out silhouette with sparkles. It's giving petty Olympic gold. But behind the memes and madness, something darker is bubbling underneath. According to one alleged insider from the venue, someone from Remy's camp offered the security team hush money to keep quiet about what really happened that night. How much? Allegedly $25,000 cash and 2 front-row concert passes. And still, the footage leaked. Worse? There's rumored to be audio from inside the VIP bathroom before the fight, where Remy and Claressa had a heated exchange that ended with Remy allegedly saying, You took my man. You took my spotlight. I swear, I'll make sure you lose everything. To which Claressa allegedly responded, You already lost. I'm just finishing the round. Mic, drop. Now the blogs are foaming at the mouth. Alleged stylists, nail techs, Uber drivers, and even a doorman are popping up to share their side of the story, all claiming they saw it coming. One particularly shady tweet from a former makeup artist reads, Remy came into glam that day saying, Don't do too much. I'm just gonna show face. Girl, you showed up and got face rocked. Yikes. But while the internet laughs and lawyers prepare their statements, one question remains. Was this just a random brawl, or was it all a setup? Because multiple sources are now suggesting that Remy was baited into showing up. That she got a mystery invite to the party from a burner account pretending to be a fashion PR agency. And when she showed up, cameras were already rolling. If that's true, this might be bigger than a brawl. This might be a full-blown setup, orchestrated to humiliate her on the biggest stage possible. And if Claressa knew Remy would come swinging, then baby, we're not dealing with a fight. We're dealing with a trap. But the real fallout, the legal threats, the sponsorship fallout, and Remy's rumored ICU stay, that's where we go next. Because when we say it's about to get ugly, we mean public apologies, canceled deals, and possibly even federal investigations. So let's talk fallout. Because what went down in that club wasn't just a one-night drama. It spiraled into a full-blown crisis that even Olivia Pope wouldn't touch. First off, let's start with Remy Ma's current status. Hospitalized, reportedly in critical but stable condition. Sources say she was rushed to the emergency room with bruised ribs, a mild concussion, and a deep psychological wound to her ego. And though her reps are keeping tight-lipped, one insider claims Remy whispered to nurses between pain meds, Tell the world, I was jumped. I ain't go out like no punk. Girl jumped? The surveillance footage shows one woman, Claressa, and no one else throwing hands. So unless Remy's referring to Gravity and Frosting as co-conspirators, that claim is already not holding up in the court of public messiness. But here's where it gets even messier. Legal teams have now entered the ring. Remy Ma's camp has allegedly filed preliminary paperwork to press charges against Claressa for aggravated assault, emotional distress, and public defamation. And guess what? Claressa ain't flinching. According to her reps, not only does she deny any wrongdoing, she's planning to countersue. Why? For defamation, breach of peace, and wait for it, deliberate provocation in a public space with intent to cause disruption. Phew. Not Claressa turning her jab into a legal jab too. Insiders say both women have hired high-powered attorneys known for celebrity feuds. Remy reportedly brought in the same lawyer who represented Cardi B during her infamous shoe-throwing incident. Meanwhile, Claressa tapped a crisis PR firm that once cleaned up a scandal involving a certain supermodel and a thrown phone. But forget courtrooms for a second, because the real damage is happening in boardrooms. Claressa's sponsorships are hanging by a thread. One major deal, allegedly worth over $3 million, has been quietly paused, while an internal investigation unfolds. The brand released a painfully neutral statement saying, "We support strong women and peaceful resolutions. At this time, we are assessing our relationship." Translation? We like the clout, but not the chaos. And Remy? She's reportedly being dropped from 2 upcoming bookings, including a high-profile women's empowerment panel and, brace yourself, a motherhood podcast. Yes, a motherhood podcast, canceled over a cupcake brawl. One producer allegedly texted her manager, "We love Remy, but she can't be talking about raising queens when she's out here getting folded like laundry." Phew. Meanwhile, fans are completely divided. Social media has erupted into Team Remy versus Team Claressa warfare. TikTok therapists are analyzing the altercation like it's a Shakespearean tragedy. Twitter Spaces have been running 24/7 with users screaming over each other about who deserved the punch and who really won. And then there's Team Papoose. Yes, he now has his own fandom. These people are convinced he orchestrated the entire fight to boost his brand and play victim for a future reality show spinoff. One conspiracy theorist tweeted, "Y'all really think this wasn't staged? Papoose the puppet master out here making chess moves while the queens tear each other apart." Another posted, "He's in the corner eating sliders, watching the kingdom burn." That's big Scorpio energy if I've ever seen it. Honestly, not the worst theory. But just when we thought the drama had peaked, in walks an alleged federal investigator. According to a mysterious Reddit thread posted by someone claiming to be in law enforcement, there's now an active investigation into the event space for hosting an unpermitted celebrity gathering that violated fire codes, noise ordinances, and failed to disclose alcohol service beyond curfew. Yes, the club itself might get shut down. Why? Because the city is reportedly treating this brawl as a public disturbance caused by celebrity negligence. Officials are not playing about elite events turning into public battlegrounds. One city rep even said on record, "We are not love and hip-hop. This is not a reunion episode. These are serious violations." Now, let's talk the financial damage. Remy Ma's Glam Squad allegedly sent her a $6,200 invoice for services rendered before the fight. Hair, makeup, custom wardrobe, all ruined within minutes. And she reportedly refused to pay, claiming, "Y'all didn't beat-proof it." Meanwhile, Claressa's team has filed for insurance coverage on broken jewelry, a ripped ball madress, and one custom heel that flew across the room and cracked a chandelier. The club owner is allegedly furious and wants restitution. In a leaked voicemail to his lawyer, he said, "They turned my lounge into an MMA octagon. I'm done with celebrities. Next time we're booking bar mitzvahs only." But wait, IT gets deeper. Because just last night, Papoose went live on Instagram. Yes, he went live. For 8 minutes and 39 seconds, he said almost nothing, just sipped Hennessy, stared at the camera, and played Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On?" Then, as the comments went wild, he looked straight at the lens and muttered, "Y'all keep trying to make me choose. But what if I ain't pick either of them?" Cue total internet meltdown. The comments section exploded. People were screaming, "You mean to tell me there's a third woman? Papoose, blink twice if you need rescue." Sir, respectfully, this ain't about you. The women are in ICU, and you're doing soft jazz live streams. And listen, before we wrap this up, let's not forget the documentary rumors. Word on the street is that a major streaming service is already in talks to secure the rights to a tell-all special titled Fight Night, Remy vs. Claressa, The Bronx vs. Flint. Yes, a whole docuseries. With behind-the-scenes footage, club interviews, and even AI-generated replays of the fight in slow motion. So, to recap, Remy Ma is allegedly in the hospital plotting lawsuits. Claressa Shields is still undefeated, but might lose millions. Papoose might be playing 4D chess or just vibing to Marvin Gaye. And somewhere, Rihanna's team is scrubbing Claressa off their next campaign poster. The streets are watching. The lawsuits are stacking. And the frosting? Still being cleaned out of that chandelier. But this story? It's far from over.
Phew.
Y'all, did we just witness the most savage celebrity showdown of the decade? I mean, Remy Ma walked into that club ready to reclaim her crown, but left in an ambulance with red velvet on her forehead and 0 victories to her name. Claressa Shields didn't just protect her man, she might have ended Remy's entire post-marriage rebrand with 1 cupcake and a right hook.
And now?
We've got emergency room whispers, leaked lawsuits, corporate shade, and a possible federal shutdown of the entire venue. This isn't gossip, it's a modern Greek tragedy in stilettos. But here's the real question. Was Claressa wrong for throwing hands? Or was she just defending her throne? Is Remy Ma a victim of a setup? Or the architect of her own downfall? And seriously, what in the entire hip-hop Hall of Fame is Papoose really up to? We need to hear your take, Gossip Fam. Drop your theories in the comments. Was Remy ambushed? Did Claressa go too far? Is this the end of the Remy Papoose saga? Or just the messiest chapter yet? Smash that like button if you're here for the undisputed tea. Hit subscribe because trust me, this saga is far from over, and the drama only gets deeper from here. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next leak, the next lawsuit, or the next lace front casualty. Because when it comes to celebrity scandal, we don't sip tea, we serve it. And we'll be back real soon with more twists, turns, and the truth they don't want you to know. Till next time, stay messy, stay nosy, and most of all, stay ready.